today was kind of a hectic day, which is kind of crazy on a Friday. Typically Fridays are kind of, more chill, kind of relaxed vibe. Um, Definitely took a lot of trades today for sure. The reason being I had like maybe six break even trades in a row, which I have no idea as to why that occurred, but I would say most of those trades did end up hitting like my profit target area. Um, but it was just six like break even trades in a row, something like that. And I just, I wanted to get one that was either like a loss or a break or a profit target win. But I didn't get any of those, at least in the first like hour or so in the market. And then all of a sudden the market started going crazy at 8, which was crazy. I looked it up. I asked chat, oh, why is the market going crazy? Because I didn't really want to start digging into Google as to why the market started reacting the way it did. And it seems like Trump is gonna increase like some tariffs for Chinese goods. So that's why the market, that is a potential reason as to why the market is reacting the way it is. I have it right here. It says, U.S. President Donald Trump said he was weighing a massive increase in tariffs on Chinese goods. I'll pull it up right here. It says it right here. Boom. And at the time, the NASDAQ was at 22,800 when it wrote the report. But I have different values. But it lost 220 points from, I guess, market open. Or, not market open, but like since, I guess, today's open. So, like yesterday at 3 p.m. But yeah, it's already down. It opened around 25,300. And we're down to 24,800. So down 500 points. The absolute low that market went to today was at, we're not even at the lows, was at here, 24,670. So coming from 25,300, that's 600 points plus that market moved. And it just made crazy movements right at 8. And it stopped me out of position I was in somewhere around here. I mean, I'm fine getting stopped out, but I had to kind of slowly work my way and just kind of scalp all of this because this is a 377 range bar. And 377 range bar, it's almost 100 points. It's like 90 something points. So, it's big moves. Look at all these moves. So I was just kind of scalping to get some decent profit in. I was down a good amount, I would say, but I was able to get my profits back through the scalps. And the scalps I was pretty much just doing was the same thing that I've been doing these past month or so, which is just wait for my model. Well, obviously, it's just been occurring a lot more frequently and a lot quicker. So, my fills sometimes weren't where I wanted the fills to be. But it was just crazy. I was able to get my profits back up. I am up on the day a little bit. So, I'm calling it there. As long as I'm in green for the day, I'm fine. This means we've continued our green streak for some time now. Let's see if I can show you my green streak real quick. Just give me 1 second. Login. So you can see here that we took out the $1,000 withdrawal, $1,000 withdrawal, And, we've just been on a green streak for this entire month of October so far. We are almost halfway done. And then, we had the prior 2 weeks as well, except the very first day. But the prior 2 weeks were green days. Even though this is only $11, it's still it's like a break even day, so I don't really count it. So out of all the days it's been open, we've only had one true loss day and maybe two break even days with this $32. I would consider that break even trade. Which is honestly, it's pretty good. I'm not complaining about that. And the reason why I'm able to do this is just because I stick true to my model. I remember I probably started this valuation account probably around September 1st, September 2nd, somewhere around there. And I just passed the evaluation in those 2 weeks. And then now we're almost a month of having this account open. Almost. About like 3 more trading days for it to be a month. And we've already taken out 2 payouts, which is good. And I'm not complaining at all. So yeah, market's just been crazy this past hour. Luckily I just kind of wait for my setup to occur. Like there was another one that kind of happened, where was it? Dang, market moved a lot within the few minutes I was talking. So there was another opportunity literally like 5 minutes ago. Right here. So we have this zone. And you can see that we do get pretty close to this zone, but not quite. So like even here, I probably could have entered short if I really wanted to. And it's just been crazy. Just the movement. Insane. It's like, this is a once in a lifetime, not really like once in a lifetime, but it's a once in a blue moon kind of event. It rarely happens, especially these past few days where market has just been kind of like, this is a daily chart and market has just been like, slowly, I would say grinding up, maybe 100 to 200 points in a day. But now you can see the high here is at 25,400. The low is 24,670. So what is that? 620 something points? Like that's crazy. That's absolutely insane. But I'll show you like very quickly the trades that I did take this morning. Let's see. So I did take a trade pre-market right here. So I took this trade because it's just the same setup we've been kind of seeing, but I did get stopped out, which is fine. Price ended up moving the opposite direction. This orange box right here is just like a high volume node, and these gray boxes are low volume nodes, so I just kind of draw those out to make sure I am aware of these areas where price can possibly like either bounce or reject or something. And then, I just kept on waiting. I didn't take another trade until like 20 minutes later where I got stopped at a break even, but it's fine. Because price did end up going in the opposite direction. And then I did go into buys here and price does go in that direction, but I get stopped out. Then same thing, I get into buys, I move my stop to loss to break even, then I get stopped out, price ends up reversing. Excuse me. And this was an area where I was a little concerned about honestly going long and also at the same time going short, because here, this orange box was a pretty big high volume node and price just did not want to go below it, to be honest. So we were also in that supply zone and it was just a little sketchy. So after all these break-even trades that I took, I should have honestly just stopped trading for the day. But I just kept on trading. Saw another opportunity right here to go long. I did get stopped out. Then another one. Went long, got stopped out. another one or I went short, got stopped out. Another one went short, got stopped out, and it's just the same thing over and over again. Then here I went short. Yeah, I was in a bit of drawdown, but I waited for price to kind of come back down. Once I was in profit, I moved it to break even. And this, I was like literally a few ticks away from hitting my profit target. And I think that was maybe 6 trades break even right there. Let me see. So I have one that's over there, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Jeez, I didn't even realize. Then I went into a sell here, but then I got stopped out. And then, yeah, I went to a sell here, but then I got stopped out right here. And then I switched into buys up here, but then I got stopped out down there. So what was that? I said 8 break-even trades, and then we had 2 losses right here. So this loss was very minimal, nothing too damaging. But then this loss was when the market just started going crazy, and it seems like my fill got filled in like a little bit lower than I probably would have liked it. But that's just because the market just went haywire. If you look at the bottom towards here, you can see that from here to here was over half an hour. This took half an hour. But then from here to here, it's all within, what, not even 5 seconds? Like, it just went crazy. And then it just continued, just going crazy. Like, all this movement was within a minute and a half, a minute. And then it just kept on going crazy. Absolutely insane. So then I was like, all right, I need to give market, a minute or so to kind of just adjust. And then when I see my opportunities to kind of go short, I will go short. So I saw an opportunity here. I'm not too sure if it was on the 55 or 34 hour. I apologize, but it was just kind of moving way too hectic for me to draw any zones or anything. So I was just kind of visually looking at the areas. So I went in short here. I was able to secure a profit there. And then I took another entry somewhere. Let's see. And all of this price action that we just saw from when it was, 5, 6, maybe like 6, 7 minutes ago. So at like 8:59, it already moved this much, which is insane. Then I took another entry there. I was stopped at a break even right here, just about. Here I would have been able to secure my profit, but I saw price was kind of moving very quickly. So I was a little selfish, and I moved my profit target to, instead of being at like 10 or so points, I moved it to like 20 plus points, because I had a feeling that market was just being very volatile. So typically when it's situations like this, price just moves extremely quick to certain areas. So I was thinking like, oh, if this is a good area to go short, then price should be moving down fairly quickly instead of it hitting my stop loss again. But it's fine. Then I just saw like a few more opportunities. Once again, we came into this low volume node area that I had drawn out, rejected it perfectly, had a good reaction. So since we had the reaction at that low volume node area, I was looking for shorts. I enter here, then I was able to get stopped out apparently right here. But price did end up going down my direction. Then I took another entry right here, hit my target down there, and then I did take some more entries. Yeah, I took another one right here, stopped or my target right there. This one you can see the zone the zone right here. This one's clear. We have this tiny high, then we have the tiny low right there, then we have this high up here, we have this low, and we get that rejection right here. So I enter short, stop above here. It's the same thing that we've been doing, but this time it just happened extremely quick. Like this trade was not even 3 seconds long. It just happened instantaneously. I think we do have at least one more trade somewhere. But you see how much price has been moving, and it's almost 40 minutes. I took a long entry here. I was able to secure there. You can see we have this high right there, and then this low formed, and this is the tiny high, tiny low down here. As soon as we touch back into this area, we closed above. I enter, hit my target. It's the same thing we've been looking at. I'm just not going as in depth as I usually would, just because there's so many trades that kind of occurred. And I decided, look, here's another one. I entered long, but then got stopped at a break even, and it's the same thing. Let me zoom in a little bit so it's a little bit clearer. We have this high, we have this low. The high gets broken, but we also have this tiny high and this tiny low right there. So we just draw it out like that. We retrace back into the area, get the up close, I get my entry. Price does go up, so I move my stop loss to break even. And it hits, but price does end up just skyrocketing. And let's see where else I entered, because I do believe I entered at least one more time. I know I didn't end on a break even though. Yeah, so this might be the last trade I took for the day, where I took an entry here. The reason why it seems like there was yet again the low, then the high. We did not touch or wick above this high. So we have this tiny high here, this tiny low there. So, we just draw the zone out. And I think I did just get a little bit of a delayed entry, because I think I was just kind of looking and just making sure this was a valid entry area. So I did enter a little bit later, which is fine. Also, I might have been looking at the 55R. The 55R was probably had the same thing. So, I just wait, stop loss below the lows, and then target, the highs, and it just keeps going. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why before I put my profit target like 20, 30 points above, because I knew if I do have the right direction and it hits like, the 10 points or 5 to 10 points, it should go towards, 20, 30 points fairly quickly. And my stop loss would have been here at this level, and I would not have gotten stopped out. But there was a lot of times where when price was moving this quickly, I wanted to move my stop loss to break even, but price was moving very quickly, so I would get a message on the board pretty much saying, or a message on the screen, so the chart pretty much saying, you can't put a stop loss there because price had already moved past it. So now I would be like, oh my God, okay, let me see if price can just kind of get back to it. So then I would be able to put my stop loss there. But it was just so crazy today. And even now it's still moving fairly it's still moving fairly quickly. Not as bad, or not as volatile, but it's still moving quite a bit. So those are all the trades I took. It's like 8 break-even trades. Was it like 2 losses? No, it might have been like 9 or 10 break-even trades, because from when the volatility occurred. So let's just say like 10 break-even trades, 2 losses, and then like maybe 4 wins, maybe 4 or 5 wins. I would say maybe 5 wins. So almost like 20 trades for the day, which is definitely a lot for me. the reason why I kept on trading was just because those break even trades in the beginning. I was very tempted to just kind of log off, but I really wanted to have that green streak keep going. Because it's been since September 15th, was it? Yeah, September 15th was the last day we had a true red day. So I kind of just wanted to keep that streak going. And, you know, I trust my system, so I'm not really worried about taking any losses for the short term, because I do know my system will prevail. But I just really wasn't ready to see a red day, to be honest. So I don't really have much more to talk about. It was a crazy day, is all you really gotta know. So with that being said, don't overtrade like I did today. Just be patient. Even though I did overtrade today, I was still waiting for my models to occur. And me waiting for my models to occur, you know, I'm still able to be profitable for the day. You know, without any of the fees or anything, we're up over $500. But like with the commissions and everything, it does go down like a couple $100. So I would say we're probably profitable like $350, a little bit more than $350 on the day. Which just goes to show how many trades I actually did take, because the fees and commissions are like $200 worth, which is definitely a lot. But yeah, the reason why I was fine kind of over trading today was just because since the market was so volatile, I know that there's going to be so many different opportunities for me to enter the market, but it just had to be very, very, very quickly. I would have to enter and then sell. And, you know, all the time it didn't have perfect entries, but, you know, you just have faith in the model and you should be fine. So as long as you don't deviate from your model while you are over trading, I feel like it's fine. As long as you're able to keep your emotions in check, you should be fine. So with that being said, stay true to your model, and peace.